What's going on? What's good, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So, Universal Music Group has responded to Drake and his legal action against them, right? He's suing his own record label. Now, this is in response to several hours after the news broke. It's all over social media. But a UMG rep told Variety, they said the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. They told Drake to hold that L, to cope, to deal with it. The people choose what they want to hear, to buy, to do in a free and fair market. They're absolutely right. And while initially it is funny and I laughed all throughout my last video, this is serious because Drake is now suing his own record company and he shares the same record label as Kendrick Lamar, by the way. But they're not just, a civil lawsuit. He's bringing them up on RICO charges. And I'm sitting here like, this is the same thing as, RICO charges are serious. The Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. So you mean to tell me that the same record label that, you're signed to, you're now saying that they are a corrupt organization because that's what the acronym stands for. That's crazy to me. Jay-Z and Nas didn't, sue Sony. Like, just think about that for a second. A RICO charge are, that's usually incorporated into serious organized crimes, mafias, mob bosses, SA crimes. It was used to convict R. Kelly. And, R. Kelly was a decades long criminal. Like, these are serious charges. And he's talking about a rap battle between Kendrick Lamar and him because he, I guess, essentially, was unpopular or lost the rap battle. But he has his lawyers involved, and his attorneys claim that that UMG violated the RICO Act and that they used deceptive business practices and false advertising under New York state law. That is wild to me. So the article reads, this move is extraordinary in a number of ways. Earlier this year, Kendrick Lamar applied on a series of increasingly personal diss tracks against Drake, not only accusing him of having relationships with underage women, which Drake has denied, as well as children not revealed to the public, and has gone as far as address Drake's son, Adonis, his mother, and others in songs. Drake has also released songs in response to Kendrick Lamar, but soon removed them from his social media accounts and then went silent. See, I feel like that's where the issue is. I don't understand why Drake took all his responses down. Because again, in my opinion, I feel like this could be settled in a booth. Now, I understand, you never want to involve children, but I think that maybe, and just again, this is just my opinion, I feel like he could just be intimidated because Kendrick Lamar is not your average battle rapper, right? They're not standing, this isn't 8 Mile. They're not standing toe to toe with mics in their hands. Kendrick is a Pulitzer winner, right? His pen game is award winning. It's crazy. And Drake, in my opinion, he lost the second he took everything off of social media. He didn't even give it an opportunity to gain any type of, steam or momentum or, have his fans champion around him. Like, he didn't believe in his own ability as a battle rapper. You first got to believe in yourself. So, in this new article, it says that Drake did appear to address the situation when Kendrick dropped his GNX album on Friday. Drake appeared last Sunday in a kick stream with host XQC, in which he introduced himself saying, "I'm Drake, this is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music, in case you don't know." Now, who on the planet doesn't know Drake? Drake continues, he says, "I'm here, full intact, mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it." So I guess that was him alluding to the forthcoming legal action. He made a similar statement later in the show saying, quote, "Nothing makes me uncomfortable. I work too hard to be uncomfortable. Nothing phases me. Like I said, it only takes facts to fold me. Fairy tales won't work." So that's where the article ends. And, they said that they'll give more updates as things come out. And here's what I'll say. I will say that it's interesting that he is suing on a RICO charge in regards to the popularity he's going after bots. When if he's talking about their fairy tales, why wouldn't he go after defamation of character? Drake, in my opinion, is more worried about the streaming numbers, the popularity, the clout, the status, etc. He's not so much focused on his character, and like he doesn't say anything about the safety of his son, Adonis, which we know even when Adonis was younger, he said, "I'm not hiding my son from the world. I'm hiding the world, from my son," or something crazy. But he doesn't talk about the safety of his family. He doesn't talk about his own character being defamed. He's worried about the numbers and the clout. That's what it's giving. And that's where he lost, right? Because he's focused on things that aren't important. Drake, in my opinion, this isn't Rico level. If he's talking about Kendrick saying, these things are fairy tales, not facts, then come at us with some facts, do some research, not about the bots, but about Kendrick, right? If you have an opponent and they hit you somewhere that's vulnerable, which clearly, in my opinion, it's Drake's ego, then go after his ego. Go after him the same way. But he can't do it because, in my opinion, he already lost. He lost the battle when he took everything off of social media. He lost the battle when, he's constantly saying that he's not phased and, fairy tales won't fold me, only facts will. I haven't heard anything, that Kendrick has said that, in my opinion, was a fairy tale. If what he's saying about you striking a chord and it's probably A minor, then let's hear the facts, right? Those are things that could be serious charges. Those are things that are defamatory. Like, those are the things, in my opinion, if it were me, if somebody said, that you're going after minors, after children, that's something you fight in court, not you're trying to sue over streaming numbers because you feel that the Universal Music Group and Spotify hired bots. Hire bots to inflate the numbers and the popularity of a diss track. Are you serious right now? Like in my opinion, Drake is such an unserious person, because why would you be on a kick stream or a streamer talking about, I'm still here, I'm in the music game, if you didn't know? Of course we know. People who didn't know you through Kendrick Lamar, but you're not trying to protect your family or your reputation. You're trying to protect your status and your clout. And that's why people are laughing. That's why people are like, if you would have called your lawyer when the song first came out, when Kendrick was talking about, keep, your sister, little sister away from Drake, and, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. If you would have called your lawyer and said, these things are not true, and he's defaming my character, then In my opinion, that's valid. Or my son is in danger. Those things are valid. Not I'm going to sue Spotify in Universal Music Group because the numbers are, streaming all over the world. And I feel like my record company and Spotify have, bonded together to concoct a scheme that Todd set up for the BS to inflate the numbers and to inflate the popularity. You're focused on a popularity contest. Kendrick Lamar is saying things that are, in my opinion, really damaging, and you're focused on things that are just unflattering. And that's why I feel like a lot of people aren't taking you seriously. I just, that's something, in my opinion, to be fought over in court. Ask Cardi B, right? She took Tasha K to court over her character being defamed. And now Tasha has to pay $4 million. Those things can be proven or disproven in court. Now, a lot of people are saying on social media that the reason why Drake is choosing to focus on the streaming numbers and the bots and, all of these things that can be manipulated with technology and not focusing on the child aspect, whether it's his own son or, the whole A minor and, the character defamation, is because he is possibly concerned that Kendrick is speaking the truth and that he would have to prove in court beyond a reasonable doubt that the things that Kendrick is saying, is not true, right? The burden of proof is on the state, is on the plaintiff. So if you're bringing this case, then it's up to you to hold that burden of proof. If what Kendrick is saying is actually true, then your whole case is going to crumble. So instead of, suing K. Dot outright, he's going after Universal Music Group and Spotify. And what they're saying is it's a free market. People are going to listen to who they choose to listen to, and you're going to have to hold this L. So I don't know, you guys. This is murky. But I will keep you posted on, what the results are. I really feel like Drake doesn't respect the art and his craft of rap, of battle rap, because if he really did, this would have been settled in a studio. This would have been settled in the booth. Like, he would have hit him back, given it his best shot. Even if he lost, then chalk up the L, you know what I mean, and move forward. Him trying to sue Kendrick over, popularity streams, I feel like he just poured gasoline on a fire that was actually beginning to die down, right? Like, Drake was, again, he was real quiet. He took everything, all his diss tracks off of social media. And I'm not sure why he waited until now to try to sue, again, not Kendrick, but his own music studio and Spotify, by the way. Like, you're still an artist. You still have to work with these groups. I don't understand if he's going to transfer, if he doesn't plan on ever working with Spotify ever again or having his music, stream on their service ever again. Because if they drop you, if they ban you, and they can do that because it's a private platform, then that's, you're hurting your own pockets. It's not a smart business plan to me. He could have just held the L if he wanted to, walked away, or got creative, put that pen to work and got in the booth like any other, decent, seasoned battle rapper. But I don't know. I just want to bring you guys the message from UMG because they basically said you lost and and that fans can choose the music that they want to hear. People don't have to listen to your stuff, Drake. But anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this whole Drake? Now it's not even Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. I feel like now it's Drake against Spotify, against UMG, Drake against the world. especially Drake against social media, because like I said, he's getting dragged up and down the social media streets for filth. But again, he brought it on himself. He could have handled this in the booth, and it would have been, or even if he would have just stayed silent, it would have been squashed. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.